When's lunch? When's lunch? When's lunch? Oh no.
Everybody, welcome back to another episode of When's Lunch. I'm the best host, Spencer.
I am the fan-voted best host, Matheson.
Look who we have with us. We have talented rapper and low-key podcast host. Let's give Huey Mack a little baby round of applause.
A thirdman, one might say.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
A what?
You're a thirdman.
You're a third man.
You're the third person here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Third man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just our little catchphrase we've made, I guess. Well, you made it.
All right. Do you say that with women too, or is that?
Yeah, it's for everybody, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude, I'm so excited to have you here.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to be here.
This is our first time ever meeting.
It is our first time.
That is true.
I just
Cheers,
learned
brother.
your name.
It gets way worse.
Let it be known that
It's all downhill from here, buddy.
let it be known that Huey thinks Matheson Niche Kwan sounds like a Shakespearean name, and it does.
Like what?
Does.
Do we like what play do you think, or what kind of character rather?
You die.
Okay, I did. This was supposed to be a surface level joke.
Oh, I'm
Now
sorry.
Yeah, you're going way too deep.
I was interested.
Now you're quizzing me.
Am I in Hamlet? Am I Hamlet? Maybe.
Yes.
You never know.
So Huey, I learned of your music a few years ago.
Okay.
But the reason I asked you to come on this podcast was because we share mutual friends with John Kilmer. And
So it wasn't because you loved my music.
well,
Fucking, I'm out of here.
all right, dude, let's just start over. Anyway,
No, keep going.
I heard you kind of take over for Mike on the You Never Know podcast, and
To absolute perfection, I might add.
I was impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude.
Spencer did have high praise for you.
I did.
He's
awesome.
being real.
I had to beg him for you to come in. He really didn't want you to come, Matheson.
You really didn't?
No, of course not.
I'm fucking around.
Jeez, you had John Kilmer and you had to beg him for me?
I'm just kidding. We're excited to have
Which
you.
podcast did you listen to?
I listened to both the ones that you were on.
I was on 3, so he did
Both
his
of the
research.
recent ones, at least.
Well, I brought my friend Christine on last week.
Right.
And that was okay.
I like her a lot.
She's
Christine
dope.
Leahy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you watched that one, and then what? The one
And-
where I said I would suck a dick over
Yes.
making out with a dude.
Dude, it's the most ridiculous podcast episode I've ever heard. Huey.
I'm never gonna live it down. I'm still getting tweets about it.
It's a super interesting question.
It's a hot take.
Wait, what is it?
Ask Matheson.
We were playing Would You Rather. There was a whole podcast where we played Would You Rather. So
Love it.
Kilmer, being fucking Kilmer,
Yeah.
said, would you rather make out with a dude for 3 minutes or give a guy a blowjob if he had no top half? Where like I didn't have to look up and he was staring at me.
It was just a
And I said I'd rather suck the dick.
like to completion. Like all.
Yeah, but it's 3 minutes.
Oh, 3
So I
minutes. But 3
assume
minutes.
I
Both
could.
things.
I assume I can make.
You
it
assume your
finish in
skills
3
are high enough. All right.
It makes sense. Like you guys are talking about, it's more intimate to kind of,
Thank
Yeah, there's
you.
no face
He
or-
agrees. There's like saliva and making.
I
and
get it. I get it.
I mean, I don't hate on anybody who like does that. But
No, I
like,
mean we're all in for whatever here, but it's
We're all in for lunch, dude.
I'm I guess because I'm not a mature person,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I could get past the fact that there's not an upper body. I don't know if I would.
In what way?
Just like how ridiculous, how silly it is. Like,
You're just laughing.
yeah,
with
I
a
just
penis
would
in your mouth.
laugh. Yeah, you guys get it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, there's a million degrees which we could go into this topic, but
Would you rather's fuel?
we could move on.
Would you rather's fuel the van rides for
Yeah,
us? at
oh,
least?
God, yeah.
Yeah.
We've done so many would you rather games late into the night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's what tournaments
Many
all
drinks
about.
deep.
A lot of the time, no, which is the
That's the sad.
the
part.
You just sit here
unfortunate part.
sober and like, dude, would you rather?
No, it's like 10 a.m. We're just like sad and
Yeah. Would you rather have hair that grows to your knees every hour or fingernails that they're just the weirdest would you rather's ever?
okay. So here's the
Just fucking
here's
intense.
here's the classic one for you. Would you rather live near an active volcano or have all of your internet history revealed to all of your friends and family?
Active volcano.
See?
Active volcano.
That's what I'm saying. There's a right and a
I
wrong
don't even have to
answer
think
here.
about that.
There's a right and a wrong answer.
He didn't look away. He went active volcano. He looked straight ahead and was after me.
Well, it's like not even like I look at anything bad, but like I don't want people to know that. If I live near an active volcano, I could just drive away.
It's probably beautiful,
Right.
fertile soil.
So are you weird when people pick up your phone? Like, do you get like,
No.
if anybody touches my phone, even my girlfriend, I'm like,
What's on there, dude?
Okay,
Nothing.
Girlfriend's a different thing. Just kidding. Just kidding.
kind of.
Spencer's a faithful fella.
Yeah, but like,
Nah,
it's just,
not even that. But like, the thing about significant others, like, you got to
There's
keep some
boundaries,
things.
privacy.
You got to know. You just got to. Yes, there's boundaries.
You have to, yeah.
It's not like a cheating thing. Like I'm not texting other women, but like, I don't.
Are you a taken man nowadays?
No, I'm
Oh,
single.
okay.
It's just like I don't know. There's things that you just don't share with your significant other,
Right.
Like, yeah.
Right, there is. It's not just her. It's when literally anybody touches my
I don't
phone.
think I've ever had your phone in my hand. So
That's-
this is
That's why.
now it's
just-
my new goal.
It's just nothing. It's nothing that I like done.
I'm on a quest to steal Spencer's phone.
Oh, dude, please don't.
I asked a couple of my friends that volcano. Would you rather?
Yeah.
And I've only heard one person say, yeah, probably active volcano, and he was just just a dumb answer. Like that's just not real. Like no one's gonna say that. And my one buddy literally said to him, he's like, "You're so full of shit. If my internet history was revealed to my friends and family, I would be in jail."
Probably accurate.
It's the-
I don't know if I would be in jail,
I would.
but I would. I don't know. You think you would be in jail?
No.
What are you looking at?
No, but I would be. I mean, I think
Literally, like the worst. It's just like you.
just some.
First of all, everybody watches porn, right?
It'd probably be some
But,
kinky
like-
porn.
We're way past porn, brother.
Yeah. He's going on livejasmine.com.
I'm not even on .coms anymore.
Yeah, those are
No, but like I don't
Long
know. You
gone.
don't want people to know exactly what you're like watching.
no
and
way.
shit.
Never.
Again, I strongly agree. You obviously picked the volcano. I
You
just-
obviously.
yeah.
I take some things to the grave. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
What happens on Reddit stays on Reddit. You know.
I've never actually gone on Reddit.
Don't.
Everybody talks about Reddit. I've
I've
never,
never been
done
on Reddit either.
Everybody's such a big fan of it.
Just don't do it.
All right.
It's gonna be 4 a.m. and you're gonna be $600 less in your bank account.
You're gonna be
somehow,
deep in
and-
Steve Carell conspiracy theories.
Yes, exactly.
Ah.
You're gonna have bought, some of
it's
his
not real.
clothes from
Matthias.
Matheson. Yeah, it's okay.
Everybody says
It's okay.
Matthias.
It's really okay.
I say we go
Matheson.
with Matthias.
Matheson. Are you a big conspiracy guy?
Absolutely, yes.
I could see it. I could fucking see it.
I'm not. I actually don't believe in
It's the glasses.
honestly most of them.
It's definitely the Harry Potter glasses.
I just got these.
I got
Go.
look. It's the Harry Potter font.
Hell yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I actually don't believe in most of them. I just
Drunk.
I just like discussing. I like
It is
I
fun.
like pondering the
I
possibilities.
like the possibility
Yeah.
without ever believing it. It's like, wow, you people took all that time to think. Like, did you guys see the Tom Hanks?
Yes.
That one was a doozy.
They're most of them are just have zero
Base.
objective logic behind
Yeah.
it. It's just like, what's the craziest thing we can think of?
well, the latest
And-
one I went down, obviously, because I watched the Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
There's so
I haven't seen that yet.
There's not just like there's like a few main conspiracies, and then there's like fucking 8 other conspiracies about how he's like not a real person, but he's like a Russian bot. It's unbelievable.
Dude.
It's not even worth. It's not even worth going into. It's too much. It's fucking too much. I want to talk about.
How many drugs do you have to do before you believe that?
You have to do a lot.
all
Yeah.
most.
Literally.
Yeah. I mean, especially like if we go into like flat Earth and stuff. It's like, guys, are you fucking that bored?
Ugh.
Are you that?
It's just like
Things like that. It's just like, why? I choose to believe that nobody has a reason to lie that the Earth is round.
What's
Like, and
what's
if
our
it-
point?
And even if even if it is flat, what do I give a fuck? I live in a town. What? I'm going to fucking somebody wants to hide what the shape of the Earth is from me. I don't give a fuck.
Literally, what would change?
I live in a town.
Nothing. My life would.
superstar.
They'd be like, "Oh, we're wrong. The Earth is flat." I'd be like, "Cool."
Here's
Like,
my
what?
thing with that one. I'm not a fucking NASA scientist.
I love-
So I'm gonna trust their opinion that they're probably right.
I love. I live in a town. Why do I care?
You're gonna care, dude, when you get to the ice wall at the end of the flat.
Yeah.
And
When I fucking walk for fucking 40 days like Lord of the Rings.
so you get
Get
it.
on a fucking
That's the problem.
donkey.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
Anyways, nice to meet you guys.
man, I'm glad.
Great to meet you.
We're off to a good start here.
I actually want to know. I know it's like a cliche answer, but I want to know how you got from West Virginia to LA. Like, what's your journey of Huey Mack, starting in music? A cliff noted version.
So I started making music when I was 18. You said you're familiar with my music, or were you
Yes.
just being nice? Okay.
A little bit of both. I'm kidding.
So I started at 18. Basically from the start, it just started taking off because like I was like one of the first like internet era
I see what
white
you're saying.
rapper kids.
You were big in the college scene and still
Yeah,
are. Right?
yeah.
That's that's a big vibe for you, right?
Yeah. So that started happening at like 18. Like from the first song I put out, it just worked. So then like a few years go by, touring's heavy. I'm traveling 9 months a year. Most of the shows were sold out. It was just like such a jump. So I was like, I can't do this in West Virginia anymore. I got to kind of make a difference or make a change. So I went to New York. That was about 2014. I actually, Stud had an apartment and then went back home because he was touring too much. And I took his apartment in East Village, Manhattan, and I was there for a year in between touring. And I started working on my second album in 2014. And I was working on it out here. So I was basically living bi-coastal because I would stay here for a month, work on that, fly back to New York and stay in that apartment, tour for a month. Then I would come back to LA for a month. And I was finally like, the fuck am I living in New York for? And I was just like, everybody I work with is out in LA. So I just was like, yep, it's time to just do that. And I packed the suitcase and I moved out here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You've been here for the last 5-ish years.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Yeah, and I've obviously listened to your first thing you ever put out, and then I recently listened to a romantic comedy.
Yeah. What'd you think?
Lots of difference.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a sucker for like a themed album.
Oh, thank you. I've done a lot of work.
I know Jack.
Jacqueline Anderson.
Yeah, the girl who's in a video as well, right? On the cover and a video.
She was the trailer, and
Okay.
then on the cover, yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, she's the best.
But yeah, I'm such a sucker for like a themed album, and I just loved how it was kind of like a little bit reminiscent of like a little 90s touch in there, and it felt good.
Well, the whole thing was an accident that I loved.
Awesome.
What do you mean?
I was in an on and off relationship for like 2 years. And I was working on a project that none of it saw the light of day. But I also had all these like love songs, and then I had all these breakup songs. And one day I got high as shit, and I was working on a whole different album. And I was like, all the best songs are these love songs. I was watching a romantic comedy called Notting Hill. And I was like, I have a romantic comedy. Between all these breakup and these love songs. And so I took those songs and kind of flipped the story, and because I made it like a story. You haven't heard it.
No, I listened to it. I really did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, what'd you think?
I when Spencer was describing the difference, my word that I was going to use was growth. I felt
thank
like
you.
there was some
It's a lot.
Thank
some
you.
progress for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, I was just basically like, I have a romantic comedy, and then I was like, how do I make this funny? And I like literally, I added a couple songs to like fit for the story I was trying to tell, and like that was the coolest experience of my career. It was like, because most people just put out albums, it's like a title and then you just throw a bunch of songs, and this was like, I was trying to tell a story.
Yeah, it's a whole thing, and you have to listen to the whole thing to get it all, which is cool.
Which, dude, it was. It was so much fun going. Okay, now I got this piece. What do I do for the next piece? And how do I like fill in the gap? Like there's skits and stuff. And I was like, okay, what do I have them say to make this funny? That was like fun, and like I want to do it again, but like it has to happen like organically like that.
Yeah, you can't rush albums. That's for
Well,
sure.
you're almost like not forcing people, but you're for lack of a better term, forcing people to listen to the whole thing because it is a story. So people are like listening. They're like, well, I want to know what happens next.
Yeah. And then
Which is cool.
Kilmer shot the trailer, which we made a full-on fake romantic comedy. Did you guys see the trailer?
I have not. No.
You haven't seen the trailer?
I've seen on your Instagram the one that you guys are dancing in separate bathrooms.
Oh no!
Oh, dude, I gotta see.
You gotta
this.
see, dude. We made a full movie trailer. That is the funniest fucking thing. Like acting, it was the funniest fucking thing I've ever done in my life,
I love that kind of shit.
dude.
Hell yeah.
And it literally, like, just creatively, I felt like I had been in a rut for like fucking 4 years, and it just like pulled me out of it.
Amazing.
And it was just so fun. And like making the trailer with Kilmer, and it was like his kind of humor and my kind of humor, and it was so much fun, dude.
right, because you guys both like romantic comedies.
We do, and we also have, like, not to suck my own dick, but like I'm like a goofy,
Suck your own dick.
funny guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he has a completely separate humor.
Mhm.
He's dirtier and
He's very dirty.
he is.
That's why we
And
love
so it was fun to like work with him and like come to like meet in the middle with that, with like
Yeah.
our separate types of humor. Not to say I'm not dirty, but like I'm not like
not
American Pie
as
humor.
dirty as Kilmer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Stifler isn't my favorite movie character of all time.
Gotcha.
Who is your favorite movie character?
Ooh.
Iron Man,
Quick to the
like
answer.
Iron Man or
maybe
Tony
Cap.
Stark.
I mean Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Tony Stark's better than Iron Man.
What about? Yeah, I do too. He's so cool.
Well, yeah, but
But he is him.
yeah.
True.
What
I
about-
also like Captain America was pretty dope too, though.
So you're a Marvel person.
I'm a Marvel
Yeah, he's
movie
a
person.
human being.
I
so of
try
course he's a Mar-
exactly. I'm starting to like you.
I have a mega hot take over here. So
Oh, I'm gonna fucking hate. I'm gonna walk off this podcast. Nah, it became a thing. I didn't like the movies. I've never been a comic book guy. I guess when I was a kid, probably like every kid. Was when I was living in New York. I saw the Captain America Winter Soldier,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Yo, that's dope." And then I just like when they would come out, I would watch them, and then like
Mhm.
the past 4 years, I've been like really invested, like reading fan theories.
Oh,
And
really?
shit. Yeah.
That is deep. I like it.
I'm a Star Wars and Harry Potter person. So I do get the world.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
I don't dislike Marvel at all.
Is that your hot take?
Yeah, my hot take is that I'm just not in as much. And every time I bring that up, people are like, "What do you mean?"
I think it's just the fan service that keeps you invested. And it's
Mhm.
like, oh, I've been following these for 8 years. Now they're doing this thing where they're bringing all these awesome characters together. And nobody's ever done that.
Yeah, the Avengers was a great
I
idea.
just thought it was a cool concept that I just like fell in love with. But I also like Harry Potter. I've never been a big Star Wars guy, but I love The Mandalorian.
Oh, nice. I have not seen that. That's
I've
the
not
only one I
seen it
didn't
either.
see.
I loved it, dude. And I actually liked the last Star Wars.
The last one was one of my favorites.
I just
of
watched
all
it
time.
not that long ago.
I-
Everybody
yeah.
hated it. I liked it.
Everybody said it sucked, and then I watched it, and I just instantly lost
I
respect
think
for
I
everybody
like
that I
it
know.
because I'm not that invested in Star Wars, and
Maybe.
I think if you really follow it, like from all my Star Wars nerds friends, they like didn't like it.
Was Han Solo in the last Star Wars for like a flashback?
Yeah,
Yeah, flashback. Yeah.
yeah,
Barely. And that that motherfucker got
a bag,
a giant
fat
bag.
bag.
We
Oh
were
my
talking
Lord.
about we had our friend Pearson Faudet on here, and we were talking about because he auditioned for Han Solo in Solo,
In Solo, yeah.
and he looks just like it. It's crazy. But we were talking about how much Han Solo made in
Your
the
boy,
f-
hold
in
on,
the first
I zoned out there.
That's
Your boy
fair.
auditioned for it.
Yes.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
auditioned,
Didn't get it, obviously.
didn't get it. But we were talking about how much Han Solo made in the first of the new Star Wars, which came out in like 2016, something like that. Harrison Ford made $25 million and also 0.5% of fucking all the money made from Star Wars. The movie made $2 billion.
Do you think that movie makes $2 billion without bringing him back?
Ooh. I think the first one definitely makes $2 billion because it was how long was it between?
Are you talking
movies?
about the next one?
No, I'm just saying like they were trying to they were trying to revamp
Oh,
obviously the prequels. I know way too much for not liking Star Wars here.
I know. My answer to
I'm
that.
just a movie guy. No, I'm just saying like the prequels were kind of lauded. Is that the right word? People didn't like them.
Mhm.
They're trying to bring this to a new generation. So they
clout
brought the old generation into the new generation. I'm pretty sure, like Harrison Ford, $25 million.
I don't.
Like pocket change for them.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't think that the movie would have made $2 billion without Harrison Ford.
You
I
don't think so?
No,
But I'm saying,
no.
well, that's fair.
I think you have to bring that back to capture the new generation. You have to bring back the
I agree.
dads and the kids.
You guys don't think like the whatever 8-10 years of
Nah.
nothingness, like the hype wouldn't have done it?
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing Star Wars has in its favor that nobody else has, and they blew it with like the Rogue One and Solo.
Oh, the
Yeah.
gaps.
The gaps.
The gaps are important.
It's what makes it special.
Yeah.
You know, like I think what the first Star Wars trilogy ended like what 83, and they didn't bring it back till 99. God, I know so much.
Right, it came back 15
I
years
don't like
later.
Star Wars, but here's literal specific dates.
I'm just a movie. I'm a movie guy. Like I look at Box Office Mojo. Like
Oh,
I
cool.
love that shit. But like, yeah, people were excited when they were like, "Oh, a new thing of this," and then they
Yeah.
did it again. Like
Sorry, you're good.
You're just making sure that we're still recording.
Yeah, I don't know why.
we're still recording.
You have a new computer, so
Yeah, this is my first time recording on this new computer, so I was nervous. But we're
Yeah.
still going.
nice. It's a beautiful computer.
But yeah, I think that's the beautiful thing about Star Wars, and
Mm-hmm.
I think Disney is gonna fuck it.
Yeah, there's already been like little signs of that.
I liked Solo. I liked Rogue One. But yeah, how long until they just water it?
Well, so the second new Star Wars, the end of the fucking movie. This is a spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Who hasn't seen it though?
Yeah,
I saw it once and I don't even remember it.
So at the very end, I didn't like the whole movie. I watched it on an airplane. Okay. At the end of the movie, Luke Skywalker's standing there. He gets shot at, 10,000 times, and they stop, and he's still standing there. This motherfucker goes like this. I reached up and went like this. I turned the fucking movie off. I swear to you.
When he brushes off his
I
shoulders.
turned the fucking movie off.
I
Didn't
do
even finish
remember
it.
that part, and that was very corny.
I said, what the fuck did you just do to Star Wars?
Okay,
was-
you're sitting here acting like fucking Star Wars is some like
Oh, highbrow, like.
highbrow stuff. It's made for kids. what is Jar Jar Binks? What is the fucking Ewok got
Listen,
on it so much?
I like Jar Jar Binks. Okay.
I like the Ewoks.
I fuck with
But
Jar
I'm
Jar
just
Binks.
saying, like, you're acting like it's fucking a Scorsese film.
Dude, full circle, there's a lot of Jar Jar Binks conspiracies.
It also-
Just throwing that out
Oh
there.
my god, we're back to the conspiracy.
it makes more than a Scorsese film, unfortunately.
That's true.
Yeah, it's not unfortunate. People like mindless entertainment to get them out of the world.
They really do.
That's
Speaking of Scorsese,
Yeah.
huge fan. Just watched Shutter Island again for the fifth
Oh.
time.
so you're a normal
Yeah.
human.
Yeah.
I'm a big
that's fair.
Scorsese guy.
That's fair. I honestly, I said that because I didn't want you to think that I was going, speaking of Scorsese, fuck that guy.
No.
And they
I
would've
love
got
his
up and
work.
left.
He's gonna have a good career.
I bet
Hey,
you
that
he does
kid,
all right.
that kid has got something. You know that Scorsese kid?
Shutter Island is great, though.
Yeah,
That's
I need to rewatch that. It's
a
on Netflix.
solid,
right?
one of the most solid twists.
First of all, I
And-
love not only Leo but fucking Ruffalo and anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie just fucked me up a lot, and it fucked me up for a fifth time in a row. It's really great.
Would you rather only watch Tarantino's or Scorsese's?
Scorsese.
Okay.
I like Tarantino movies. They don't do that for me.
Yeah.
They're like one watch kind of things for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I love Tarantino.
And there's a lot that I haven't even watched. I mean, I guess the same goes for Scorsese, but like I still
Right.
haven't seen Hateful Eight. I still never watched the Kill Bills.
Hateful Eight's pretty crazy.
Hateful Eight's good.
But he has such an exact vibe that I think it'd get old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like his vibe is amazing, but after a while, Scorsese does a.
I also
Every
think I like the Scorsese classics more than I like the Tarantino classics.
Scorsese's 107, so he's had more classics.
You know what I mean? Like I love Casino and Goodfellas.
Oh,
I love Django.
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas is hard to beat.
I
yeah.
would much rather watch Goodfellas
Than Django.
again.
Yeah, that's fair.
Glorious Bastards, though, dude.
It's a good one. Again, like I
Yeah.
It's okay.
You guys are nuts.
I couldn't get through it because
I just watched it for the first time recently.
Really?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Another cool one.
Yeah.
I know what happens. Don't need to watch it again.
still haven't seen it in that unbelievable.
That actually is crazy.
Yeah.
I watched it on the plane, but
I saw it
it's
in theaters.
Saw it in theaters.
So, I got
Margot
the
Robbie.
AMC pass.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's like $20 a month. You see,
I'm the
it.
only
Oh,
person who doesn't have it.
You're a fucking
it is smart to
idiot.
have it.
I know.
Get free popcorn,
I'll agree with you.
and what more could you want in life? Really?
I honestly just haven't gotten it because movie theaters aren't.
Well,
are
that's
not
also a thing.
opened.
I was gonna say, double full circle. Going back to Avenger movies, I'm pretty sure Robert Downey Jr. makes $50 million a movie.
Dude.
Like,
He made like 25 for Spider-Man, and he's in 8 minutes of
That's
a
what I'm
2-hour
saying.
movie.
Like,
I hate that.
Why do you hate that? That dude made that franchise.
that is true.
Give that man his bag.
I hate that because it should be double.
Oh, all right, I like that. I'm starting to like you, Spencer.
RDJ.
You're an okay guy. I would watch that man do anything, but I still wouldn't watch Doolittle.
Yeah. I don't think any of us would.
I just contradicted this.
I hate how, like, the first time he's on Joe Rogan's podcast is to promote the Doolittle movie, not like Endgame, the highest gross movie of all time.
I know.
Well, it was
He's like-
much after the fact. I listen.
Well,
to
I'm
that.
just saying, like,
That's like one.
wish he
I don't
would've-
listen to Joe Rogan. I
Yeah.
like him. I just like that's not my preference.
Mhm.
I actually listen to the Downey one.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't a great episode.
It was short. Really
I
short.
just he's so reserved on everything.
Yeah.
Downey is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got like such a I don't want to say cool past, but like he's got an interesting like backstory.
Oh yeah, the drug history
The
and
drug,
like,
and he
everything
just
like
is
that.
so reserved always, and I don't like that.
He does have a weird history, doesn't he?
He's probably reserved because he was in freaking Doctor Doolittle reboot.
No,
That's
I mean, well, he made it. Doolittle is a book, first of all.
Well,
First of all, you
Spencer-
fuck.
You fuck, and then him and his wife made the movie.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
a
that
second.
makes some
So,
sense.
They have a production company, and it was like their dream to bring the book, not like the Eddie Murphy Doctor Doolittle.
This
Was-
is I
wasn't
didn't know
their
this.
dream to
I didn't
fucking
know
blow-
this.
Oh,
I know. I love him so much.
Why
I
you
really
gotta do
do.
my man like that? Everybody knows it. That doesn't mean you have to say
I
it.
know. Yeah, it's like a book from like what, like the
Actually,
50s or something.
It's like from the time where they name people Matthiasen.
Matheson, dude. It's only gonna get worse.
Matheson,
It's
I'm
only gonna
just
get
playing.
worse.
That was a combo. Matthias, Matheson, Matthiasen.
No, I mean, I actually didn't know that. I legitimately thought it was a reboot, and I was like, this is such a bad idea. But
I think the newer one is more like,
for the novel,
yeah.
interesting.
Oh, interesting.
But it obviously failed it if it was a good book. She got like an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes.
He just went
Did
from
it
he went
really?
from
Yeah.
he went from Endgame to Doolittle. This is just.
I hope that in
I
his
loved
heart,
his movie The Judge. Have you guys seen that?
I don't think
No.
I've seen that. No,
So fucking good. It was like 2013.
he was a good Sherlock Holmes.
Oh,
too.
he's a fucking the best Sherlock Holmes.
I don't know.
Loved Sherlock Holmes. Robert Downey Jr. Both those movies. They're making a new one. I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
Third
are.
one. Yeah.
With him?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jude Law.
I want him to do serious work.
Serious work, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Less like quirky, funny.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I want to see him in dramas now that he's done with like that. I enjoyed his tenure, but like I'd like to see him in like something where I'm like compelled.
What do we think about a Scorsese Robert Downey Jr. collab?
That'd be fucking
Ooh.
lit.
That's what I think.
You
needs
guys
to
ever seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang?
happen. No.
It's really good.
I have
Is
not.
that a porn?
No. Chitty Chitty Gang Bang. You know what movie I'm talking about?
He knows.
No,
Chitty Chitty
definitely
Bang-
not, dude.
Gang bang.
It's from Girl Next Door, the movie.
Oh my God.
Oh.
With what's her name?
With what? Yeah. I know.
Brittany.
No, the girl from the ranch.
I don't remember.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and
And I can't-
Emil Hirsch.
Emil Hirsch.
Yep. Yep.
Who was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
He was.
Which is weird.
Wow.
Not weird. I just didn't expect to see him.
So we have an entire episode directly about movies, and I like it.
You guys asked me to be on there.
No, I'm happy about it.
Dude, we talk about movies all the time because that's one of the only things that we can do right now. So we
Yeah, that's
just
fair.
we just literally watch endless movies.
Speaking of, dude, you date the girl from Jumanji.
I do.
I walked in and I was like,
He walks in, he goes, "Hey guys, are you the girl from Jumanji?" She's like, "Yeah."
first of all, she introduced herself first.
Right.
Don't make me out.
Hey,
I'm not that overexcited.
No,
I played it so cool.
you did play it very cool. She is, in
Maddie's
fact,
awesome.
that girl.
She seems very awesome.
Yeah, she's the best.
A multiple guest on When's Lunch.
Oh, yeah.
too, which is great.
But didn't want to join us today.
You know,
She big leagued us.
she big leagued us. We have to go through a PR. Kidding.
No, I was gonna I guess broadly ask, just what your touring experience has been like, or if you had any specific like
Yeah, we
podcast worthy stories.
This is why you're here.
Yeah.
Because I want you to say what you're allowed to say.
Oh, say what you're not allowed to say, brother.
We can cut it out later. I love when we just.
I know that doesn't get
We
cut.
preface it with just cut it out. We'll cut it out.
I'm trying to think of my craziest tour stories, man.
We don't have to. I mean, if it comes to you later, I just want to.
I want to hear about a story where that
Give me
features a wheelchair.
Oh, you want? You know about that?
Oh,
one.
you know a story?
Yes, it's online.
All right.
Yes.
So me and Mike.
The artist, I guess, formerly known as Mike Stead.
Yes. That was early on in our touring life. That was probably 2013.
Man.
I don't think either of us even had an album out yet, and we did a bunch of shows together back then, and we're just like really close, and we were wasted, and we were just fighting like we always do, like wrestling. And he body slammed me in an elevator.
Oh my god.
And I was blacked out and didn't think anything of it. We kept partying, and I woke up the next morning, and I went to get out of bed, and I put a foot down, and I just got a giant surge down my entire body. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what just happened. And I could not walk. I mean, I could, but like it hurt with every step. And I was just like, oh, I've never experienced this. And I like took some Tylenol, and I was like, still couldn't have fucking. I definitely couldn't have. Actually, I take that back. Very minimal movement for me.
Yeah.
Fair.
And we're traveling to, I can't remember where we were going, but we were going to the next city. And somebody goes, we should steal a wheelchair from a hospital when we get, I think we were in Cleveland. So we got to Cleveland, and somebody had the bright idea to steal a wheelchair. And I was hurting. I didn't need a wheelchair, but we thought it would be hilarious if they rolled me out in a wheelchair. So we stole a wheelchair, put it in, I don't think we had tour buses at this point, so it was in a van. And it was a Sprinter van, actually. We put the wheelchair in the back of a Sprinter van, performed. I got drunk in the wheelchair, and suddenly I was healed, and I got up out of the wheelchair in the middle of the set. And I do remember it hurting, but like, yeah. And then Mike blacked out that night, like worse than I've ever seen him in my life. And we had to put him in the wheelchair to get him out of the venue.
Oh my God.
And then we returned the wheelchair to the hospital.
You did?
We did.
Oh,
was nice.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a happy ending for that story.
Yeah, I remember Mike's mom was like really mad. Was like, "You're returning that." I think we were planning on it anyway, but
Yeah.
I could be just saving my own ass here.
You did. You
Yeah, that was great of me. Yeah,
Swerved to felony.
but we returned it either way.
What a hilarious like series of events to where you end up on stage.
I
in
needed a wheelchair, and then he needed a wheelchair,
You needed one. You're
and
fine.
then I no longer needed it, and he needed it. Yeah.
God. There's just a video that I remember seeing of you literally with like a mic on stage being wheeled on stage, and it's just my favorite
The
video.
funniest part, I didn't like. Now we own all our equipment, and like I got wireless mics, and like
It had a cord.
back then we used like
Oh, you got a cable.
this was like early touring days,
Yeah.
and I'm like wheeled out, and I'm like,
It's like, oh.
yeah, but we used to fight all the time like that, like wasted, like drunk, just getting
Right.
scuffles, and obviously he's like. He came out the womb a linebacker, so like he could just fucking body old chubby me. So back then, so yeah,
So
it usually ended up like that.
do any other stories come to your mind? Because I know you're thinking of one before I forced that upon you. I just had to have you tell that in your own words. This is one of my favorites.
I'm trying to think, dude. There's so many.
Right.
Like, I remember one time. This isn't like ratchet. This is like fucking the worst thing to ever happen.
Oh no, oh, it's not funny.
We had a Sprinter van. You toured, right?
We killed a guy. It was crazy.
Wow. Okay, that tops anything I've ever done.
We did it. Was
Oh my god! I actually just thought of another one.
But yes,
But
we
I'm
toured
gonna
in a
tell
Sprinter.
them. I'm gonna tell. Okay, so you've had like the Mercedes Sprinter.
Love the Sprinter.
Oh, yeah.
So overpriced, but great.
Love and hate.
Love and hate. Love
Yeah.
and hate. Great flat screen TV. It's fantastic. Luxury.
Bandigo.
Yeah.
Shout out
I've used
Bandigo.com. Not a sponsor, but a fucking
But a
awesome
great company.
It is actually
Yeah,
fantastic company.
it's great.
Until you get in an accident, and the insurance sucks. But
Yeah, it's not great.
neither here nor there. So we're in like, I forget, maybe Wisconsin. I'm on tour, and somebody in my tour crew doesn't shut the back of the Sprinter
Jesus
van,
Christ.
In your gears back there.
and all the luggage, all the cash, like 10 grand,
Oh my.
like 10 G's in the suitcase or in the little safe in the
What
suit-
year is this?
Probably 2015, 2014.
And is it safe to say that especially 10 grand's a lot of money in general,
Oh,
but
yeah.
in 2015, that's like
That's definitely a lot of money.
that's like a
Yeah.
different situation.
I mean, I was making really good money, and then it was like merch money, so like I didn't care as much as I should have. Like I wasn't an adult so much back then. I was just like, whatever. But they left it open. Everything but the gear flies out. Drum set, guitars, DJ equipment stays in. Luggage gone. Everybody's, because we packed the gear in first, and
We know the stack.
yeah, and you know the stack, you know the tour stack, and finally somebody looks at the driver, and is like,
Oh fuck! You're already driving down the road.
dude,
Highway or on the road?
highway,
Oh my god!
highway, and somebody goes,
Oh, question. Do you have the Sprinter where it has the wall so you can't? The back
Yep.
is separate.
so you can't see in the back.
You have no idea. You can't.
No
feel
idea.
Oh, you have really no idea.
Because you know how we
There's
have
no
the one
idea
where you
because
can-
it's a giant
Yeah,
wall
yeah, yeah,
between
yeah.
Yeah, there's like the back wall.
the seating, and somebody looks at us and they're like, and we're like,
Oh, someone else on the road is like
Yeah.
telling you that
Stranger.
your shit
Bro.
is flying.
Bro,
It is fucking-
I'm not shitting you. We're about 50 miles down the highway.
They haven't opened the whole time.
We find one duffel bag at the hotel parking lot. Somebody stole it all.
Oh my god!
It all fell out at the hotel, and somebody took it all. And we had to
Whoa.
perform the next night. So nobody had clothes. And we had like half a tour left. And everybody's shit was gone.
Oh
Except
my
for all the
Lord.
equipment, luckily, because that's probably more expensive. But somebody on the hotel cameras pulls in, takes all the luggage.
No way.
Because like you have to
Wow.
pull onto the interstate from the hotel. It was
Yeah.
like one of the right off the interstate hotels. They pull up, they take it, they put it in the car, and they just drive away. And
Unbelievable.
yeah, so,
So what happens next? What do you guys do?
we bought new clothes.
Just buy it.
Do you go to H&M?
I never shot
Goodwill, baby.
I don't like H&M.
I just feel like that's like the cheap like.
I don't remember
Place
what
to
we
go.
did, but it wasn't like, you know, I don't know. Back then, I wore like jeans and fucking Nike hoodies, so like
So it was clothes, but no gear.
clothes,
Lost some money.
toothbrushes. I know that I had money in the safe that was lost.
Wait, the safe was lost.
It was in my suitcase.
Come
I kept it hidden, but like, yeah. But that's where we would keep like merch money and like that shit.
That man,
Holy
that really
shit.
fucking sucks.
Someone
Yeah.
got fired. That's what happened at the end of that.
Oh yeah.
The van.
Yeah.
The van.
I think it was my
Trump
merch
guy.
guy, but nobody's ever came clean about. We were all arguing about who was last to shut it,
Right.
calling him an idiot and stuff. But like, we never figured out who actually did it, and it's an honest mistake. But
Right, that kind of shit happens. I told a story similar to that when we got all of our per diem for like a 3-week tour in cash. This is our first tour.
First
we
tour
went on.
ever. Yeah.
And
were you opening?
yeah, we were opening for this artist Somo. He's like a
Yeah, I know.
R&B.
My old tour manager was his.
Chad.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was my first tour manager.
Love Chad. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
So I got paid. I think it was $700 or $800
That's a lot of money.
in
yeah.
cash.
Yeah, because per diem for an opener is what, like 10 a day?
Yeah, it was like hardly. But for me at the time, it was like, oh, sick, more money than my bank account. Sounds great.
God, so true.
And
How quickly did he spend that at the
well,
bar?
dude, this is what happened. First fucking stop, we go to Chipotle. I buy 700. No, I'm kidding. So we go to Chipotle, and I'm like, okay, shit. I'm gonna get a little extra guac. Like I have all this money, it's just gonna be good.
Extra guac.
On both ends. So I eat my Chipotle. We leave. We're probably like an hour away, and I'm like, "Where's my fucking envelope? Like, where's my cash?" I do that thing where I'm unfucking buckle, and I like start looking around and throwing everything. Turns out I lost it at Chipotle.
This is day one, stop one.
Day one, stop one in Ohio. We left from Columbus, Ohio, and this was in like Dayton, Ohio.
Spencer lost all of his money. Day one, stop one.
Yep.
Dude, I used to be such a prick with my money. I would like go through my backpack after a tour like months later and just see like an uncashed check.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god.
And I got a funny story because you said you spent $700 at Chipotle.
No.
I got a worse story. We're okay, so I have an off day. Whole tour crew, probably like 8-10 people, I don't remember it. And we have an off day, and we're driving from somewhere to somewhere, and Nashville's in the middle. And we're driving, and we hit a tornado.
Oh my god.
And like you can't drive. Like there were tornado warnings, and it's just like you can't see the road. It's all crazy. So we're like, all right, we're stopping in Nashville, and the hotel was connected to a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Good news.
So we're like, all right, we'll wait it out till this comes down in like 3-4 hours, and then we'll keep going. Yeah, it doesn't stop. It gets to a point where we can't even open the door to the Buffalo Wild Wings. It's like so crazy.
Oh my god.
My tab, $2,200 at a
my
Buffalo
God.
Wild Wings.
Did you just buy for everybody?
Yeah, I mean, I bought the whole crew
So you're
because I
just
was just
fucking
like, it's an off
sending
day.
it.
Like, I'm just, dude, we're fucking ripping tequila. We're fucking shit house, and it's in a fucking mall.
At a B-dubs, dude.
A Buffalo Wild Wings at a mall. My tab is $2,200.
Spent over $2,000 at a B-dubs.
$2,000 at a
Hell
B-dubs.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking stunting.
You should be proud of that.
No, I was an asshole back then.
I'd be proud of that.
All I remember after that, like, dude, we couldn't leave. Like, at first it wasn't that bad, and then it got like terrible while we were in there. So we're like, I guess we're staying in here, and we were probably in that Buffalo Wild Wings for 9-10 hours.
Did it ever get scary? Like, were you like,
Oh yeah,
fuck.
like yeah, but we got too hammered to care, and there was an arcade in the mall, so we found ourselves there at some point, and
We spent $2,200 more dollars at this arcade.
I remember I
pinball
loaded up
machine.
everybody's card with like $50 things, and then
You're a good dude.
And
This is nice of you.
And
I'll do
then,
that.
like 20 minutes after I did that, the lady's like, "All right, we're closing now."
Oh, shit.
In like 20 minutes,
Oh shit.
and I'm like, "You just let me load up all these cards?" And she's like, "Sucks to suck, dude." And we're all fucking wasted. And I'm like, "You know what? Fuck this person." And
You
I
have
walked over
$600.
to a video game and I pissed on it.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
I walked over. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pay this person back for this, and I just whipped my dick out and I pissed all over a game.
Holy
Oh.
shit. There are 50 ways the story could have
Yeah,
gone.
I was not expecting that whatsoever.
So I go up.
So I spent about $2,500 to piss.
What a that story is actually insane.
That twist is bigger than Shutter Island. That's the fucking twist of the century.
And I got another
Someone
one that just
call
came to mind
Scorsese,
that,
dude.
that involves Kilmer.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
yes.
go.
So we have a show in Boston. I have a show in Boston, and Kilmer was my videographer for the tour,
Okay.
and he happens to be from that area, and he's like, my parents are out of town. I think
It's going down.
yeah, you
Yeah.
know where the story's kind of going, but you don't know where the story's going.
So I shit on the floor.
So I shit in his mom's bed. No. This is actually way more illegal and like could have faced a lot of jail time. Oh, I just
Well,
thought
keep
of it.
going. No.
I just thought of another one I could have faced a lot of jail time. I guess I'll tell that, and if I change my mind, I'll take it back.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one though. So I have a show in Boston. I think we had a hotel, but he was also like, I got this nice ass house because his parents did.
Yeah.
You know, they're well off.
Where were you playing? Was it the Paradise Rock Club? Was it the Middle East?
It could have been Brighton. It could have
Brighton?
been the basement of Middle East.
Nice.
I've played all those
Yeah.
at this point. So I want to say it might have been the basement of Middle East.
We just played the Middle East. I loved
We
it.
did. Yeah.
Which one's that's like 500 capacity maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe a little more.
Yeah, they have
That-
3 venues there. The basement's 5.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we were playing the basement. then.
Upstairs is like
Upstairs,
3, 250.
I thought the upstairs was like 80.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Anyways, so I think we were playing the basement. And he was like, all right, well, we can just, bring people back to my parents' house. So that's what we did. Somewhere in there, we picked up some random dude who's partying with us. And
Like, what does that mean?
So I sucked his dick.
I pissed on him. He's dead now.
I'm kidding.
So I pissed on him. I love that story.
I'm kidding. So, I'm crying now. So we bring like a bunch of people, and like
Who's this guy?
we brought. That's what I'm getting
Oh,
to.
okay, sorry.
Fucking Mathezes.
Mathesis, he said.
That's way more
Speaking of piss,
Shakespearean, dude.
I gotta piss, but I'm gonna
Okay.
finish. Holy hell! So we bring a bunch of people, like girls from the show, and people we know in the area that came to the show
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Kilmer's
yeah.
house. Somebody had this dude with him, and he was kind of a fucking weirdo. But he came back in the Sprinter van because we always would pack people in and go to whatever party or club we were going to. And the dude leaves his jacket in there. Meanwhile, at Kilmer's parents' house, he gets fucking wasted. He's puking in his mom's begonias, just like
Everything there is to puke in.
yeah, just like fucking wasted. And we're like, all right, fuck this dude. Anyways, like he finds his way home, whatever. Leaves his jacket in the Sprinter van. Next day, we have to go to Canada.
Oh,
Oh, where this is going.
Yeah. Have to go to Canada. Get stopped at the border. They're like, cool. They let us in. Then our next show post Canada was in Michigan. So we had to drive through Canada,
Yep.
then to the border to Michigan. Cross that border. We're like, all right, probably time to clean out the van. Find a jacket with a passport in it. And it's that dude's passport from that night in Boston.
yeah.
Also in it, an eighth of weed.
Oh,
And we all just look at each other and we're like, wow, we just dodged a fucking bullet.
yeah. That's like serious.
We just crossed not one, 2 borders with marijuana. And it wasn't even ours, which is the worst part.
I gotta be honest. I thought it was gonna be like heroin.
No,
I
thank
thought
God.
he was gonna be
like
like.
a gun or something.
No, but I got a
crazy
nice
shit.
cocaine story for you.
Yes.
Let's
keep
keep
rolling.
fucking
Do you want to
rolling.
go to the bathroom? Do you need to?
I would actually love to piss break.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's
let's do it.
all right. Pause.
You never been arrested, right?
I got a DUI.
Oh, really?
I think I was 22
In L.A.
in West Virginia.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was really stupid of me.
I mean, dude,
I wasn't that drunk. I barely blew over the limit, but I shouldn't have been driving the car.
West Virginia.
Yeah,
West Virginia, dude.
but
I-
that's
I-
the only time I've been in shackles.
God, dude,
Yeah.
I haven't been in shackles yet.
I have a good, in my opinion, a good West Virginia story, and now I feel like it brutally pales in comparison to what's been said.
Let's hear it.
And it's not good. Like it's
You
just.
thought it was so good before this.
I
so
know
tell
what
me.
I'm saying. I didn't know it was.
Let me hear it. I want all the West Virginia smoke.
Well, it was just. It really wasn't. It's not like a West Virginia specific story. It just happened in West Virginia. But
Okay.
my family and I were driving to North or South Carolina. It doesn't matter. We were just driving through West Virginia.
One of the Carolinas.
Yeah, and we stopped at a Hardee's to go to the
My
bathroom.
story includes
Which is
all
Carl's-
this information.
Really? Oh, yeah.
Which now is Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr. That's right.
They are the same
They're
restaurant, right?
100% the same.
Okay.
Same family.
Thank
Different
you
branding.
for saying
Different
that
branding.
because I've argued with people about this.
No,
and it is.
I came out here and I was like, pretty sure this is Hardee's.
it 100%.
All right,
This is real.
Finish your fucking
So we-
story, Matthias.
You're gonna say my name right at the end of this, and it's gonna be glorious.
What did you say
I know
earlier?
your
It was
name, Mateo.
Robert. It's worse.
Ted.
Ted's real too. Okay, so
Get to the story.
sorry, we're gonna stop at a Hardee's to go to the bathroom and maybe get some Hardee's. And first thing, we walk in, and I'm young at this point, and I didn't realize.
How old are you now?
I'm 27 now, but I'm probably like.
So you guys are my age.
Yeah, we're both 27.
I'm 28, but
Cool.
you're my age.
I'm like, I can't remember how old I am, but I'm like in my teens for sure. And I'm like, I walk in and there is a visible level of cigarette smoke in this Hardee's, which I did not know was a thing. So I'm just like, oh, I guess you can do that here. Whatever. So I go into the bathroom. My dad and I go into the bathroom. My dad's at the urinal. I go into the stall. Both peeing. So the third guy, a thirdman, if you will, walks into the bathroom.
Thirdman.
A thirdman walks into the bathroom. He sees that my dad's at the urinal, so he goes for the stall. Starts knocking. Like, yeah, 1 second, I'm in here. Keeps knocking.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
okay, maybe you didn't hear me. Like, hey, I'm in here. Like, be out in a second. And now he's like really doing it. Like really, really knocking. I'm like, hey, dude, like, be out in a second. He breaks the stall door down to get into pee. And I'm like, hey, like, sorry, I'm going to the bathroom. He's like, oh, I'm really sorry. I didn't know there was anyone in here. And he was like really nice about it. And I was like, I mean, he broke the stall door off the hinges, like ran through the door. And he's like, yeah, sorry, I didn't know there was anyone in here. So he leaves the bathroom. And I'm like, Dad, like, why didn't you say anything? Like, you were standing right there the whole time. And he's like, I was just so shocked that this guy was like going to go to the lengths to get into the stall.
I don't want to talk shit on your dad, but what a protecting father.
That's what I was, he was just like so.
He's just like watching it happen.
He was like so.
He's like, you know
appalled.
what? Just take him. Mateo sucks anyways.
Mateo,
Ted
Mateo,
is just.
Matthias.
At this point, I actually forget what your real name is.
It's better this way. I like it. Ted.
You're welcome. So basically, you went to Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's not a good story, and I thought it was funny earlier.
I have
and it
one
just-
that's not even as good as that, but it's kind of funny, and it
Okay.
takes place in a Hardee's. And do you know where Sissonville, West Virginia is?
I've heard of it.
It's horrible. It's horrible. I just want to let it be known that Huey Mack is texting during our podcast.
it's-
He's big leaguing us.
We're getting big league.
Dude, I just interviewed somebody on the You Never Know, and I was getting texts all the time. It's whatever. I'm a multitasker.
I'm kidding.
I'm a legend.
So I'm in Sissonville on the way to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I fucking,
Douchey thing to say.
of course, I stop at a Hardee's.
Yeah, Carl's Jr.
I get the biscuit sandwich. I order the biscuit sandwich, and she goes, "Did you want sausage or bacon?"
backing.
And I went, so I like trying to stop myself from laughing. I'm like 13.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
I was
like-
thinking like, how old were you? Because like, you gotta
I would
understand
laugh.
accents at some point.
I'd
Yeah.
laugh now, but it's
But
just-
it wasn't a sausage. It was the bacon.
Bacon,
I was
yeah.
like, oh my god. So I start kind of laughing, and my mom kind of like elbows me like, "Oh, stop." And I just like I
Makes
just,
you want to laugh more.
It's just-
So I start laughing more. So I turn around to hide my laugh. I like whip around. My hand goes straight into an old guy's wiener. I go. I just grip his crotch.
you're like,
I
I,
just
want
grabbed
sausage. It
Ted-
seems.
I just grabbed Ted's dick.
Yeah, just Ted was there inexplicably.
And that's the whole story. I leave. I just left immediately. And my mom brought me a sausage sandwich.
Oh, I'd love to hear your mom's
He
perspective.
was scarred from
because
just grabbing
like,
this random dude's dick.
Your mom has to like apologize, like,
like
pay this
70.
guy off. Like, sorry, my son. Just
Mom,
sexually harassed
it
you.
was so much bigger than mine.
It was more sausage than I ordered. I
didn't want the foot long.
I maybe wanted back, and I didn't know.
Mom, I didn't want the foot long.
I didn't make a decision yet.
I wanted the back end. But
I wanted back in, but I got a handful of sausage. And it was just
Sausage.
It's just too much.
So those are my native people.
Just,
It's a beautiful place. West Virginia is beautiful, but
Oh,
I've had a lot of vacation stories. We've gone through there a lot.
yeah, you drive through West Virginia. It is gorgeous.
You ever just thought
for
about
sure.
just sending it over the cliff?
Dude, another crazy story. Again, not as good. I should have started with the stories, but we were driving through the mystery hills of West Virginia, and like a biker gang like zooms past us, and they're going fast. And you obviously know, like, those hills are like, this is not a place.
I
to
thought
go,
you were gonna
like,
say you obviously know the biker.
You know about
because
biker
I
gangs.
fucking know the Hell's Angels, bro.
Shit, sorry. But like, yeah, these are not hills to be going like 60 miles an hour, like whipping through for sure. And these dudes are flying. And my dad's like, yeah, this is like probably a bad idea. Like,
Oh my
whatever.
god! Wow.
So we like turn this corner and we see a single bike in the road, upside down, like wheels going, like straight out of a movie kind of thing. And I'm young and I have like a little sister and she's super young. And my dad's like, cover her eyes. Like, there literally might be a dead guy. Like, we don't know. And he goes up and the dude's just like in the ditch on the side of the road, 100% fine somehow. He's just like, yeah, we were going too fast. Like, got lucky, and like 20 bikers turn around and come back and get him. They're like, God damn, like, can't believe that happened. God damn,
God damn it, Kevin!
Yeah, that's like, it really was like, they were like, God
This
damn.
is always happening to you.
You gotta lean into the turns. Just,
You gotta lean.
So you guys have driven by a lot, and you know how when the interstate, there's giant drop-offs, like
Oh yeah.
100 feet drop-offs
Yeah.
through the interstate, and like this tiny little guardrail. I fell asleep at the wheel once
holy shit.
on the interstate
God.
at about 7 a.m. I had to go to New York when my senior year of high school. I had a meeting with the Universal, my first label meeting. In New York City, they asked me to come. So I drove my Pontiac Grand Am after classes. No. Oh, I was a freshman in college. I did my morning classes. I drove to New York, had this meeting. Tried to drive back afterwards. And about 6 a.m., I fell asleep right when I got into West Virginia at the wheel. I woke up to the car spinning on the interstate. I landed in the middle of a rest area parking lot about
Holy shit.
50 feet before you go off the cliff.
Fuck, man.
So had I fucking fallen asleep about a minute earlier, I'd be dead.
Dude,
But
you're on borrowed time here.
I'm on borrowed. No, I was 18. It was my old faithful Pontiac Grand Am that cost me $1,000.
Hell yeah.
And so I went into a rest area parking lot, and the car was spinning when I woke up, and it hit a tree in the middle of the rest area on the driver's side. And it was a used car, and the door had already been fixed, so they put putty in it. And they were like, yeah, if the putty wasn't in that door, like, it would have got smashed.
God, man.
I got so...
Now you're double on borrowed time, dude. This is insane.
But literally, like, right before the rest area was just hundreds of yards of cliff. Like, for before the interstate. I don't know how I lived through
That's what
that.
I'm saying, dude. That's actually insane.
Yeah.
God.
I'm literally the Final Destination movies on.
You're the guy who doesn't die in the movie. The last guy.
Right?
God, dude.
This is insane.
Yeah. That was my freshman year of college.
Man, a meeting with Universal your freshman year of college is pretty dope.
I actually, I told myself this, and I started rapping when I was 12 years old. I said to myself in high school, I said, I'm not going to pursue this if I don't have a record deal by the time I'm out of high school. And I swear to God, with 1 week left in high school, I got a call from Universal.
Pretty dope.
That's
Pretty fire.
insane, dude. That's awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
I was
Manifestation.
yeah, I was sitting there and somebody had given this A&R Nigel Mack, who was at the time Kid Cudi's guy, Universal Motown, and he called me. He's like, "Yeah, I want to meet with you." And then I didn't meet with him for months later, but it was literally a week before I graduated high school, and it was the most insane. I mean, like when you think about, I gave myself this like ideology, like, no, if this doesn't work out, like I'm cool.
Yeah.
And then it worked out exactly how I wanted it to.
Like it was supposed to too.
Yeah.
Did you sign with that
No,
label?
I didn't.
Okay.
Well, I ended up signing for my second album with Universal, on the distribution side, but no, I stayed independent until like 2014 for one album.
Nice.
But, yeah.
Damn.
But
dude.
it was just that call that was like, yep, that's still the validation that I needed at the time.
I love that.
You hear so many stories like that, which is fucking really cool.
Yeah.
Like John Krasinski from The Office, like he like literally had called his mom to tell him to come pick him up from LA because he was like done, and then he got the Office.
Fucking
And
nuts.
like he was gonna go home.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy. I mean, you just hear so many stories, which is really inspiring.
It makes you wonder
honestly.
how many people literally had their mom pick them up that
That's what I'm
would have been
saying.
the next fucking,
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, and like entertainment. I mean,
Heroin addict.
I've been very fortunate. I've been very fortunate in the sense, like I don't know if I would have been the guy to move out to LA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, had things not worked out without it, that I would have stuck with it. You know what I mean? Like, I've obviously had some down years in there, but like never has it gotten to a point where I've had to like rethink it,
Right.
which has been like, I've been very lucky.
Well, that means that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you know?
Right. I think once you find your thing, lack of a better term,
Yeah.
like kind of like your vibe as an artist, there's no more like, ah, shit, does this work? Like when you know it's you, that's when, for me at least, that's when I was like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Like there's gonna be weird shows, there's gonna be amazing shows. It's just
Yeah.
like what it is.
And it's not even the sense of like, I don't need to be the biggest artist in the world anymore. My bills are paid.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's another
Like,
important
it's
part.
like I can go do what I want. Like, I work hard, obviously, for what I do, and like, I know I see like what my friends' lives are, and like, I see a lot of them struggling still, and they went to college and they got degrees, and it's just like, okay, like my shit is not that bad. Like what I'm doing obviously is working for me.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's dope. It's the time where you comparing it to a bunch of other people is where for me I get into trouble and I'm like,
Sure.
it's no point. There's literally no point. Nobody's journey is the same as yours. Like
Yeah.
fucking
No, it's absolutely true, but it's just like when you're able. What do I want to say here? It's like no matter the situation, I just know I don't have it bad. You know what I mean? I know
100%.
I might not be like a superstar, but like I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with like what I'm doing.
I mean,
Like
and that's-
maybe my perception of that might change in 5 years if it's not like a little bigger once I get a family and I need to support that and whatnot. But like right now,
I think
it's
that's
like
what it-
I've never rethought it.
That's what it boils down to. I mean, if you are feeling genuine in your art and you're happy, then what more can you want?
Yeah.
You know?
And
Yeah,
like
dude, and if you're-
financially, like okay. As
That's what I'm
well.
saying.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like
I think if you can, I was just talking to a friend about this. I think, and we were talking about musicians, not even like artists. If you can pay your bills and not also work at a coffee shop, in my eyes, you have made it.
100%. Yeah.
Like you don't have to have, and I'm not talking about $50,000. You don't have to have $1 million, $2 million, $10 million in the bank. If you can pay your bills, you are truly out here.
Yeah. I will
I
actually
agree.
share a Mike Stud story with you.
Love it.
In between a romantic comedy and the album before, I was like, nothing's working anymore. I was like, we were wasted just having like a heart to heart. And I was like, dude, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now. And he's like, you don't get it. He's like, 99% of musicians wish they were in your position. He's like, you're the kind of artist who tomorrow could make the biggest song that's on the radio. But also you have a following and you make money. And 99% of the most talented musicians in the world never get to that level. And I was just like,
It's fucking true.
you're
Yeah.
right. There's no there since that day I've never bitched about it. It was just like, that is the perspective that I needed.
That's some good shit. That's some real knowledge right there, man.
Well, I feel like once you find that gratitude too,
It is.
like
it is.
things keep working out for you. You know, like once you recognize and appreciate what's
Fair.
going on, like then that keeps manifesting itself too.
Yep.
So, which is
Fair.
awesome. How
Yeah.
it should work.
It is how it should work.
Yeah.
And like sometimes you don't always have that perspective, but then once you look at things like that,
Yeah.
shout out Michael for that little knowledge bomb. It's right. He's right. And you have to go, oh, I'm being woe is me right now. I'm being a little bitch.
Yeah.
And it's like, I shouldn't think like that. I literally, yeah.
It's so much easier said than done sometimes.
Well, very
It
true.
is, but once you actually look at it with that perspective, like, oh, there's so many people who want this more than me that aren't in my position.
Uh-huh.
So why don't I want it that bad? Why am I going, this should be handed to me? No, it fucking shouldn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I do, man. We had Eben on here, and me and Eben had played a show in Cincinnati, Ohio, in 2000. I want to say 13, and we
Probably,
played
yeah.
for 3 people. We had a show for 3 people. Me and Eben, dead serious.
I mean, I ain't gonna say I haven't done it.
Yeah, and everyone's been there.
and then
that's the
fast
grind.
forward to this past December, we played for
Yeah.
3,000 plus.
Right.
And it was a very cool, like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
20 minutes down the road, we just played for 3 people.
yeah,
It is cool. Very cool.
I do love moments like that, and it's not all about that, but it was a very cool. you
yeah.
know, thing.
Touring at like our level is interesting because like you can have really gigantic markets.
Right.
And like I remember like at one point, I mean I would sell out 1,000 tickets by myself in like New York City. And then I would go to like Jacksonville, Florida, and there would be like 30 people.
Yeah.
And it's such a mind fuck. Because you're like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm tight. Everybody loves me. And then you're like, everybody hates me.
Right.
Nobody knows who I am. But yeah, that's just the game though.
It is, man.
Well, and like in that exact situation, like that Jacksonville show makes you appreciate the New York show, you know? And,
That's
like,
true. And it also makes you go, oh, my shit stinks. I'm not exactly.
Well, not that your shit stinks, but it makes you.
No, but I feel like when you're doing very well, it's very easy,
what
especially
you're
at
saying.
the
Yeah,
age
yeah,
when
yeah.
it was happening.
Mhm.
It's very easy to go, I'm fucking tight.
It's humbling.
It's very, exactly,
Yeah.
humbling would be the word. I feel like yeah.
I like that. I like that thought a lot. I think you need it.
You do. You do. And that ain't that to say I want that for the rest of my life. I don't want to play shows for 30 people anymore.
Well, right.
I haven't. I mean, I haven't even toured in years. So,
What are your future plans? What are your future touring plans?
I was actually going to go on tour with somebody else, but that got canceled naturally. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Literally, like, everybody's like, so what's next year? I'm like, well, we'll fucking see.
I don't even
know.
know when people can tour again, bro.
Yeah, I know.
God, that's such
Yeah,
a bummer, but it's
that's
true.
why I love you, because after like a not hype show or like a weird show or something, I'll get in the Sprinter and I'm just like, fuck, man. You're like, yeah, we played really good, so like, it's just weird positive.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah, he is.
I am a positive.
I'm the guy who goes, oh, I fucking did this wrong and I did this wrong.
Yeah, me too. I am that person. I'm like, we gotta fucking fix this track.
It's hard
thing.
not
we
to
gotta
be.
do this thing.
It's
Well,
hard
you
not-
you need both of those things because
I need backseat idiot to just be like, your butt looked good
Okay.
on stage.
So you drum for him on tour.
yes,
He's a great drummer.
I'm interviewing you now,
thank you,
Mateo.
Mateo,
Mike Mathena.
Mike Tyson.
I think I've run out of weird names to call him. What do you do on the aside from that?
That's it right now. I mean, I play
Aaliyah.
for a couple different artists and stuff, but
But like when you're off the road, Or you just
I mean, I
shop?
do like home recording stuff
Are you
or
an engineer?
little. No.
He's the head engineer for When's
I
Lunch.
am the head engineer for When's Lunch. I mean, I know my way around
true.
Logic and production stuff, but
Where
I'm
do you-
not like a producer.
Where do you live at?
Out in Woodland Hills. So
Oh,
yeah,
you're deep. Okay.
yeah.
Deep Valley.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Fuck, I had a good point. Oh no, I think that like, especially in a touring, not even a touring atmosphere, a gig atmosphere, you need both of that. Like, you
You
need
do.
both. You need someone to be.
You need my negative keyboard player Andrew to say, "Well, what's the point in living?"
Fuck you, Andrew.
And then we need you to say, "Andrew, I will kiss you on the lips right now." And then you do.
And I would.
Yeah, and you have.
I mean, yeah. Well,
You guys made out? You won't do it right on top
no,
of
I'm
me
not
right now.
making out. Okay, dude, I'll kiss a friend for fun.
Yeah.
But
I'll kiss a friend for fun.
no, but for real, like, I mean, like, you need someone to be overly critical,
Right.
and say this track is 0.2 decibels too low and we need it louder. But you also need someone and to
Somebody
say,
looks at you and says it's 0.2 decibels too low.
I don't think that specific has happened, but we've
I've done some shit like that.
That's
Yeah.
oddly specific.
No, but I mean, you need someone to be overly critical, and then you need someone to take a step back and say, like, "Hey,
Look, guys, we
we're
get to do
still
this
doing
for
a good
fun."
job." you know?
Perfectly balanced, as
Yes,
all things should
exactly.
be.
That's what I'm saying.
You are the positive balance of that. And when, dude, I swear to God, one day every tour, he has a negative day. Not even negative, just like
I one day, yeah.
nothing. And I'm like, bro, are you gonna quit?
This
Like, what's
is-
happening right now?
Done with me?
It is really weird every time. And it's always and it's always in either Cleveland or Detroit.
It is weird
Because I think it's 'cause you're like-
like.
kinda
Only
home.
bad things happen in Cleveland and Detroit.
I know.
I'll tell you what day it happened in the last tour was in Washington D.C.
It was all of us.
I was so tired and so sad.
Yeah.
Not that I love D.C., but it's
You know,
No.
quick routed tours. You gotta do what you can do.
yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I get to see the country and other countries.
Well, and that's kind of like I am like maybe overly positive, and I'll be the first to admit that. But like that's all like
There's nothing wrong with being People like the overly positive guy more than they like the
yeah, but the
dick.
overly positive
People
guys like
love
annoying
Matheson.
because you need to have some level of realism. Where
His name's Matheson?
No.
Ted,
Is that what I said?
Ted
Oh.
or Robert.
Wait, so I've been calling you the wrong name this whole time?
What's Barack Obama's daughter's name?
Malia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mowgli from
Jungle
What's my
Book.
boy Noah's
Jungle
dog's
Book.
name?
It's a good
I
dog.
can't remember what I was gonna say. I was just gonna reiterate my point for the fourth time, which
You
is classic
dude,
me.
classic Matheson reiterations.
Anyways,
Life is good.
you just need the balance.
guys.
Like the balance
Yep.
is what's necessary, and
For the sixth time, say it again.
you know
Reiterate.
sometimes you need the good and the bad and the ugly.
Madeline.
brother. It's
Come on,
just
dude.
Oh
Madeline.
man,
We didn't even touch girl names yet. Or
We
just
got-
like
we got
a
a
bunch
lot.
of consonants in a row.
yeah. Think the point is we get to live life, do what we love,
That's what I was gonna say.
and we
is like
no.
You couldn't
God, no.
articulate that?
You're right. That's all I was gonna say. Is at the end of the day, it's like this is all I could ever wanted. Like
Right.
I wanted to be a performing drummer when I was 13 years old.
Right,
And
for-
like
It's an oddly specific.
I know. And like it's
And you literally got
I did it.
Literally the number one artist in
Yeah.
America. So like,
and
Who's that?
You know, just Spencer's trying to toot his own horn here.
Oh.
And he's-
I thought he was saying the number one artist said something.
no.
Okay,
No,
so I'm
it's
not
me.
the only one with an ego on this podcast.
Well, I mean, it's
of
hard to not
course.
have an ego when you do have
Where
the number
are-
one podcast on a balcony.
we do have we have the most popular podcast in the world
on
about.
on a balcony, but yeah, we've researched.
Have you heard
vigorously.
people yelling down there and like planes and stuff?
Yeah.
It's literally all part of the magic of being the number one and most exclusive podcast done on a balcony.
It's like that. Have you ever seen that movie Begin Again?
Yes,
No.
Mark
Never seen
Ruffalo,
Mark Ruffalo.
Keira
Keira Knightley. They record an entire album on a New York rooftop.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Actually, a really great music movie. In all seriousness,
Yeah, Lost Stars is fucking fuego.
Lost Stars is also good. There was like a pretty big song that came out of that, right?
Lost
it was
Stars.
called Lost Stars.
It's called Lost Stars. Thanks for clearing that
That
up.
would make sense.
But I guess before we go, we usually ask everybody one word that
Oh, yeah.
that describes your overall mood of the day. If you had to choose one word, what do you choose, Huey?
I'm just upset that I had to come here.
So upset?
Shit, terrible. I'm perplexed that I just met Matthias.
Mathesis.
No one's ever said that they were mad that they
Is it
came
perplexed
here.
or upset?
This is too good. I'm honestly pretty bummed that I had to be here.
I'm gonna go piss on that love sack.
Where's the nearest Galaga machine? That thing's too dry.
Do you have an Xbox? Oh fuck! Nah, man, I had fun.
That's
Yeah.
perplexed is really good. I'm gonna go with that's what you said. What about
Flex is a fair answer.
what about you, Methuselah?
Michelle feels
Better
very content.
Nice.
Yeah.
Content to be back. You're back in
You
town.
call yourself Michelle.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. You're not wiggling your way out of this, so
I feel like I'm just glad to fucking be with you and be
Yes.
with my new friend Huey.
yes, we are new friends.
And also be on the #1 podcast on a balcony.
Yeah.
When's lunch? I love to be here.
It's tough not to be happy when you do have
Yeah.
the most exclusive and
100%.
popular.
Nothing cocky about it.
It's just objectively true. It's not.
Honestly, anybody who's listening, I'm dead serious. I'm not just saying this because he's our guest, but you really actually should listen to a romantic comedy. It's,
That's very true.
It's a dope concept album. I thought it was fire as fuck. Oh
Well,
God!
sorry.
Don't cough into the mic.
Matheson's over here giving us the Rona.
I know.
I just choked my own.
What were you gonna
White
say?
Claw.
Regret?
I was gonna ask you, when's lunch?
Well, I think we should ask Huey.
We should
when's
ask Huey
lunch.
when's lunch?
Yeah, and just give us whatever answer, whatever the first thing that comes to your mind when we ask you the question, when's lunch?
Today it was early and it was at 3 p.m. Typically,
Wait for us to ask.
You gotta hold on.
One,
I literally heard you guys say when's
2,
lunch like 8 times.
3. When's lunch? Huey Mack.
The greatest exit.
He takes the White Claw with him.
When's lunch? When's lunch? When's lunch? I don't know.